There's a huge pile up in front. What's happening here? Are we going to go down the inside? That's down the inside past Esteban Ocon, and now we're going to be able to get Mick Schumacher as well. Guys, what's going on? Darren here, and welcome back to the F1 22 My Team Career Mode. And this time, it's one of the biggest races of the season, as we're at Monte Carlo for the Monaco Grand Prix. If you haven't seen the previous race in Spain, what are you doing? Go back, go check it out. It was an epic race, and one that you absolutely have to go see. Now though, we're off to Monaco. We're just going through the R&D screen. You see, we haven't got any upgrades for this Grand Prix, but we have got a lot that will be coming after this Grand Prix. A major rear downforce, a major durability, and also an ERS upgrade. That ERS upgrade can't come soon enough. We are desperate for it. As you can see in the standings, Charles Leclerc has a healthy lead in the Drivers' Championship. We're down in P19, and Pulse Motorsports is down in 10th. Charles Leclerc won the previous Grand Prix, and we finished in P13, and trust me, it was a race you have to see. So like I said before, if you haven't seen it, go back and check it out as we dive into qualifying. So it's time then for qualifying for the Monaco Grand Prix, and we did a banker lap of a 114.3. Wasn't the best lap I've ever done, and then in the second lap we go a little bit better. We do a 114.1, and there you can see there's Carlos Sainz in the wall, and that distracted me, and it distracted me so much I put myself in the wall as well. But Carlos Sainz here into Saint Devote, locks the tyres, smashes into the wall at Saint Devote, and Carlos Sainz is out of qualifying without even setting a lap time. So Carlos Sainz will be starting the Monaco Grand Prix from the back of the grid in last place. That's a disaster for him in that Ferrari, because that Ferrari is getting faster and faster, and it has a huge advantage right now over Red Bull, and he cannot take advantage. That's a huge shame for him as we go now to the end of our final lap in Qualify 1. You can see there we're making a half-second improvement. It's going to be 6/10 of the line. Is it going to be enough to get out of Q1 and it's Q2? It's P18. It's not enough to get into qualifying 2, but it's P18, and I'll definitely take that for the Monaco Grand Prix. Just before the race, you can see here, we are just looking here. Like I said, we've got the ERS upgrade coming on straight after that Grand Prix. But you can see we've got enough points for either a fuel efficiency or an engine power upgrade. And as I've been saying all season long, we are lacking engine power. So we've got enough. So we're going to put on a major engine power upgrade, which will come on in time for the British Grand Prix. That is going to be hugely beneficial when that comes on. But now it's time for the Grand Prix.
A proper road race, and in the true meaning of the word. That's how Mr. Monaco, the late great Graham Hill, once described this iconic event. The cars we drive have come a long way in the intervening half-century, but still we race on those same public roads beside the Mediterranean. There's no victory more coveted than that of the Monaco Grand Prix. The astonishing Circuit de Monaco is, for all intents and purposes, virtually unchanged since its inaugural race back in 1929. The faster cars of today ensure the 19 corners past the casino and along the seafront remain as thrilling as ever. A 2.1-mile lap here takes us around an entire country, yet never more than inches from the race-ending barriers. It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Charles Leclerc lines up on pole position, and Max Verstappen lines up alongside. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Russell, Hamilton, Sergio Perez, and Bottas, Norris, Magnussen, Fernando Alonso, and Mick Schumacher, Ocon, Joe, Pierre Gasly, and Tsunoda, Ricciardo, Vettel, Alex Albon, and Bennett, Stroll, Latifi, Théo Pourchaire, and Carlos Sainz will start from the back of the grid. That's it then, it's time to go racing as we head down trackside for today's race. Anthony Davidson joins me once again in the commentary box, and it's fantastic to have you with us here, but I'm curious, as a man with experience out on the track, How do you stop those pre-race nerves from becoming overwhelming when you're lining up on the grid?
Well, I imagine they'll be starting to feel the adrenaline as they anticipate the run down into turn one. A bit like preparing to go into battle. The unknown situation will bring nerves, but that's a good thing. It will keep them focused on the moment and on their surroundings as we build towards the start of the Grand Prix.
So you can see here, we are just taking a look at the strategy. To be honest, it's Monaco. There's not really a strategy. It's just going to be mediums to hards, which we've gotten very used to in this season. Of course, like I said, if you haven't seen Spain, though, go check it out, where we do something a little bit different. And you can see we're just going to the parade lap, and as we are, we're just taking a look at the race directory. You can see everyone is on mediums, except for Yuki Tsunoda. Tsunoda, then, starting on the hard compound tyres. He's going to be doing something very different in this race, and could be very intelligent as well. So yeah, if you guys are enjoying this series, please do, as always, smash the like button and drop a comment. I do read every comment, and if you haven't already, of course, subscribe to the channel for more F1 22 content, as we just plow into the back of Alex Albon, and we can't finish the rest of the formation lap. So we're going to be starting the race on some cold medium tyres as we wait now on those 5 red lights. And when they go out, which they have now, the Monaco Grand Prix will be underway. It's actually a very good start there. That's one of the best starts I've had all season. Into Sandevot now we go, down the inside, past Vettel, past Stroll. Are we going to get Alex Albon as well? Or is Albon going to come back to us? Albon does come back to us. And there's Yuki Tsunoda as well. It's 3 abreast up the hill into the casino square there. That's not what you do at Monaco. You never go 3 wide at Monaco. And we back out to fight for another day. But we go there into the right-hander and past Yuki Tsunoda and Alex Albon. And now into the Fairmont hairpin, down the inside, past Ocon, past Ricciardo. And are we going to get Pierre Gasly as well? Ah, no, we don't. We don't manage to get him. Let's go into the seafront section. Didn't manage to get Pierre Gasly there, but up into P13. It's an excellent start. That is exactly what we need as we go now into the chicane for the first time of 39. I know we're going to get a good exit. We don't really get a good exit there. And now into the left-hander at Tabat. And we just can't do anything there. Gasly has a little bit of a swapper on as we go now into the swimming pool chicane. But it's P13. That's a great start for us in Monaco. We have the slowest car in the field. So for us to get up to P13, it's absolutely excellent as we end the first lap of the Monaco Grand Prix. They're fast. They're furious, these laps. They go by very quickly into Sandevot for lap 2. And yeah, we got a very good start. As I said, we're in the slowest car now. So for us, this race is going to be very, very difficult. It's going to be a race of attrition as the cars are going to be much faster than us. And all we can do is we just got to hold our ground. We've got the slowest car. There's not that much we can really do. We can hope that we're a little bit better on tyres. As you saw last time at the Spanish Grand Prix, that's what we did. We were much better than our rivals on the tyres. And we were able to use that to our advantage. When they came in, we were able to go long. And not only were we able to go long, we were faster on those older medium compound tyres versus the rivals on the fresh hards. So there's a chance we could do something similar today in this Grand Prix. But we'll see. That's going to be a very long-term strategy. And this is a long-term type of race. This is not a race where you try and you go flat out. This is a race of just trying to get around the circuit as we lock up there into the Rascasse. And you can see that we almost put it in the wall at Rascasse, but thankfully we didn't manage to do that as we end lap 2 and start lap 8. And as you can see on lap 8, the yellow flags are out and there's a car going slowly, and that's Zhou Guanyu. Zhou Guanyu, it looks like he's out of the Monaco Grand Prix. You can see there's some debris there at Casino Square. So Zhou Guanyu's had an incident at Casino Square and is out. Is that going to bring out the safety car? We're going to take a look now at a replay. And this is what happened. It's an engine failure. Zhou Guanyu's engine fails at Casino Square. And Alonso didn't see it coming. And Alonso smashes in to Zhou Guanyu. And Alonso has lost his front wing. He just smashed into him as he couldn't see what was happening as the engine failed and smoke was billowing out the back of Zhou Guanyu. Fernando Alonso now then dives into the pit. So we go from P13 to P12 with Guanyu's failure, and now up to P11 in the Monaco Grand Prix. This is our best position so far this season. We haven't really been P11 on track all season long, except for when other cars have been pitting in. So now we have track position and P11. This is exactly where we want to be. One more failure and we're going to get the slowest car of the season in the points. As you can see, we just have a lot of tank slappers, and we hit the wall. We've hit the wall at Raskas. Oh, I don't believe it. We've hit the wall, and there's a huge pile up into Raskas due to me hitting the wall. Thankfully, it doesn't look like anyone is out of the Monaco Grand Prix. But with that, the safety car's been deployed because a lot of cars have broken their front wing. So the safety car is coming out. And look at that now. Everyone behind Yuki Tsunoda has dived into the pits. A lot of cars have wing damage, and that's going to change the face of this Grand Prix. We dive now into the pits. Esteban Ocon has stayed out. Look at that. Ocon, if you look at the minimap, has stayed out. And that's a strange strategy from the Alpines. You would have thought they'd have boxed him in to get him onto hard compound tyres, but no, he's staying out. We've come in for a set of hard compound tyres, and we're going to come out now in P12, and that's exactly where we want to be. We got the fresh tyres on now, and we're going to be able to go to the end of this Monaco Grand Prix, go to lap 15, and we're going to take a look now, as we pause it, just take a look at the race director, and look at this. Lewis Hamilton, who's leading the Monaco Grand Prix, has not stopped. Neither has Kevin Magnussen, or Pierre Gasly, or Esteban Ocon. That's 4 places now that surely we're going to gain. And that means that for the first time this season, we have track position in the points. We are actually going to be in the points of the Monaco Grand Prix and have track position when this Monaco Grand Prix gets back underway. This could be a very good Grand Prix for Pulse Motorsports. It looks like we really could have our first points of the season. The safety car now has come back in, and the Monaco Grand Prix is back underway. We get a decent restart there, and now it's gone back to green flag running. Into Sandevort we go, and surely now we're going to just have to keep it out the barriers, because if we do, we are going to score some points here today, or maybe even some good points here in Monaco. You see as we go now into Casino Square, there's a huge pile up in front. What's happening here? Are we going to go down the inside? That's down the inside past Esteban Ocon, and now we're going to be able to get Mick Schumacher as well. Schumacher into Fairmont hairpin. Yes, we do. We get past Schumacher, and that's us up to 10th. We're up to 10th. We're in the points as Alex Albon goes a lap down. We now go up into the points of the Monaco Grand Prix. An opportunistic dive. We are the ultimate opportunist, and we take full advantage there of Mick Schumacher getting held up behind Alex Albon, and that is us now into P10. We're up in the points with an ultimate opportunist move, and there's Théo Pourchaire now. Pourchaire, my teammate, he's a lap down as well, and he's holding up Lando Norris, and with that, are we going to be able to find a way past Lando Norris? It doesn't look like we're able to get Norris, but Théo Pourchaire doing a fantastic job there, holding up Lando Norris, but unfortunately we're not able to do anything about Lando Norris. So here we go now. We're up to P10 as we start lap 17. And there we are now. We're in the points. We're in the points. And now we just need to hold off Mick Schumacher. And it looks like we're going to be able to get a fantastic result as we go now to later on in the Grand Prix. And into the pits comes Lewis Hamilton. Hamilton's in the pits and he gets held there for Kevin Magnussen, who's diving into the pits. As we go now to lap 17, and there we go. There's Gasly and Hamilton and Kevin Magnussen diving into the pits, and that's us up to P7. We're up to P7. This is brilliant. We're up now into 7th, and this is it. We're going to get some great points in this race if we can just now keep it out the wall and keep Schumacher behind us. We're going to get 6 points. And 6 points is something to die for us in this Pulse Motorsport. As I've been saying, we have the slowest car. And Schumacher's going to be looking for a move into Sandevort. He goes for a move down the inside. No way he's alongside and able to make a move there. And you can see as we go later in the race, look at that gap as well. We have a huge train, but it's not us leading the train. We've actually managed to get away from the Aston Martin there, I believe, of Lance Stroll. So Lance Stroll, the Stroll train, is looking pretty healthy right now. That is one big train. That's bigger than any intercity train I think I've ever seen. You can see it's go to the end of lap 30. We get a huge snap there of oversteer, and that oversteer is going to allow Mick Schumacher to be able to look and try and move. He's going to go around the outside. He tried inside earlier. Now he's trying the outside, and you're never going to pass around the outside into Sandevot, Mick. So Mick tries it around the outside. He's not able to do it. Has gone out to lap 37. You can see how we're still holding up Mick Schumacher. But look at that gap to Lando Norris. You got to remember, Lando Norris is in a very, very fast McLaren, and we're in the slowest car in the grid. So we are a long way behind Lando Norris, 32 seconds. Oh, but we get a huge snap of oversteer. Oh, that's going to allow Mick Schumacher. Schumacher now gets a good exit, and Schumacher takes P7. Oh, that's a disaster. We're going to have to go for it down the inside into Sandevot. We dive back down the inside to get back past Mick. Mick there was so close to taking the position there, but we're not going to let it happen. We need these points. We need this P7. So we dive it back down the inside as we go now to the last lap of the Grand Prix. Charles Leclerc, that's how close Leclerc was to lapping us. Leclerc has just finished and won and absolutely dominated the Monaco Grand Prix. So Charles Leclerc wins, and we are just finished in the first sector. He's ahead of us by such a long distance. I believe it was like over a minute. We're talking a minute and 10 seconds. Those Ferrari cars are so fast. They are ridiculously fast. And he wins by over a minute from us. I think it was something like 12 seconds to Max Verstappen in the end. So it's a dominant performance once again from Charles Leclerc. And you've got to feel like at this moment in time, unless Red Bull can do something, Charles Leclerc has one hand on the World Drivers' Championship so far. You can see us now, we're just going very calm. We're not pushing this car at all. We've pushed it previously and had huge snaps of oversteer, so now we've learned our lesson. We're just being smooth and gentle and just bringing the car to the line. It's P7 for Pulse Motorsport, our first points of the season. An absolutely epic result for Pulse.
Tell me, Ant, how do you think they were able to deliver such an incredible result today?
Well, this was a real team victory. They put together a solid strategy today that appeared well suited to the conditions out on track. The driver did everything that was expected of them in the moment to really execute the team's plan to perfection. A shining example of how F1 really is a team sport.
Ferrari are at it again. An excellent performance in today's Grand Prix, and they're certainly a team that know what they're doing out there.
So Charles Leclerc dominates the Monaco Grand Prix. He finishes 8 seconds ahead of Max Verstappen in second. George Russell finishes third, Bottas fourth, Perez fifth, Norris sixth. We finish an absolutely epic P7. Mick Schumacher in eighth, and Daniel Ricciardo, our rival, finishing ninth with Lance Stroll in P10. I hope you guys really enjoyed that race. If you did, please do smash that like button. It was a fantastic result for us. And that's our first point of the season. Our teammate Théo Pourchaire finishing down in P20. And Zhou Guanyu is the only car to DNF from this year's Monaco Grand Prix. In the Drivers' Championship now. And let's take a look at that. Charles Leclerc, 43 points ahead of Max Verstappen. That's 173 points from Charles with 130 for Max Verstappen. A dominant lead Charles Leclerc now has in the Drivers' Championship. We move up to P12 in the Drivers' Championship, and Pulse Motorsports moves up to P8 in the Constructors, with Ferrari way out in front of the Constructors' Championship. So, I hope you guys enjoyed that Monaco Grand Prix, and I'll see you again soon for the next race, which is in Baku, and it's the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. So as always, comment, leave a like, and if you haven't already, of course, subscribe to the channel for more F1 content. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Bye.